Hello there, Bitizens, and welcome to the Killer Bits. My name is Francesca, and today we are back with another deck guide in Chronicle Runescape Legends. And as you may be able to tell here from the book, there's been a patch and they've added a few new things. And one of the things they've added is the new ranked system. So we'll see here that we've got some leaderboards. And you'll notice that there's not separate divisions anymore. So the way the new ranked system works, we'll have a look here, is that effectively you start in bronze, and there are 10 ranks in bronze. And then once you get to the top of bronze, you have a playoff or a promotion kind of series of matches. And in bronze, you have to win 2 matches in a row, and then you get promoted to silver. And then you work your way up through silver, and then you have to win 3 matches in a row to get promoted from silver to gold, and then from gold to platinum, and so on and so forth is how the game kind of works. So there's 10 ranks in bronze, there's 25 ranks in silver, and I know there's 40 ranks in gold, because I'm currently gold rank 35. Above that, you can see here we have platinum, which I believe there are 50 ranks in, and for the players who get above platinum and get their promotion there, then you go into diamond. And then in diamond, I believe there's not ranks, and players are matched based on kind of MMR and that sort of thing, rather than through climbing through the ranks and building prestige as it was previously. So rank system has changed. And to commemorate that, I'm actually going to show you guys the deck that I've been running. So I'll be showing you my AP gain Vanescula deck. And this deck is designed where you gain base attack and you sustain through to the final fight by healing, and then you smash your opponent in the face in the final battle and kill them. And this is the deck that I've run to get to gold 35. So I've climbed through bronze and I've climbed through silver. Now, the patch also had some nerfs which have made this deck better. For example, Ogre Brute has been nerfed. We'll find it in here. Previously, what it did was you killed it, and then it exhausted your opponent. Exhausting your opponent puts them from whatever base attack they are down to 1. Now, if rival has 5 or more base attack, remove 1 base attack from rival. So you kill it, and if they've built a lot of base attack, they lose base attack. But this isn't a very good card when you consider there's lots of other cards that remove base attack without having requirements on them. Now, the deck that I'm running here is this AP gain Vanescula deck, a big monster Vanescula deck. This deck is it's got 3 adventure cards and 27 fight cards. This deck is all about killing these big monsters and getting the AP rewards. So you'll see here, for example, we've got Kaizaj, AP reward. Worthy opponent. If next creature has 10 or more health, gain 1 base attack. We do have creatures in here with 10 or more health. You can see we have 5 of them. Then we have KGP, gains base attack. Wormbrain. If you play Wormbrain, remove 2 gold and add Elvarg to your hand. Now, if I can find Wormbrain in here and hover Wormbrain, Elvarg, take 8 damage, gain base attack equal to half your current base attack. So if you build a lot of base attack and you kill Elvarg, you're taking 8 damage, but you're building a hell of a lot of base attack. Then we have, Jad, more base attack. You've got Feral Vampire, more base attack. Diagonal Sentinel, more base attack. And Tormented Demon, more base attack. Then on top of that, we have heals and we have weapons. So, we have Kale here, a 4-2. We have Slime Toes, a 3-2. And part of the Tormented Demon is that it gives you a 4-2 weapon. So these weapons allow you to, start killing these monsters and then gaining the base attack, which then allows you to kill the base monsters. We have our heals, like Dagonoth Sentinel. There it is. Gets a heal as well as a 1 base attack. You have, cards like Cullen Romancer. You kill it, you get 10 health. Count Draenor, steal up to 4 health from your next creature, and Dagonoth Fledgling, 6 health. So we've got some heals in here, and then there's a little bit of kind of grief as well. So there's certain cards in here, especially these diamond cards, which are designed to counter certain strategies. So, for example, Black Knight Titan, strike rival with their weapon, remove weapon from rival. So if you're fighting a Linza deck, for example, that's building a big weapon, you can kill this card and remove their weapon. And on top of that, this card works really well if you're going second in the last slot of the game to remove any weapon your opponent might have equipped for the final fight. Then we have Redbeard Frank, remove all gold from both legends. Now, this deck does not require gold. There is 0 gold cost in this deck, and very minimal gold gain you can see here, although it does have 11 base attack gain. So removing all your gold doesn't cost you in this, and on top of that, it gives you card draw. And this deck does have a little bit of card draw. We've also got Crassian Warrior here. Because of the KGP discards and whatnot. So this is quite good against, say, a Gold Zan deck, a deck which is designed to build, lots and lots and lots of gold, and then hit you for a massive, basically just one-shot kill you by spending all that gold. And it also is a good counter, say, book deck, so decks that are designed to run Lunas or Ancients, which I don't think I can see in here because they're Ariane cards. I'll show them in a second. But basically, just gold gain decks. This is going to help you, and it gives you card draw, which, helps you get these other cards that you might need. And then the last card you see here is Virago. Equip a 3/3 weapon, gain weapon attack equal to rival's base attack. Now, I don't run this card particularly often, but this card basically counters this deck. Because if your opponent has built like 12 base attack, which isn't uncommon with this deck, I've seen that amount of base attack very often. If I then kill a Virago, I gain a, what, 15-3 weapon? If my opponent has 12 base attack, which going into the final fight with a 15-3 weapon and 12 base attack, I'm gonna be swinging like a truck. Then the last card I want to quickly mention here is obviously Trias Daith. This is a grief card. Remove 1 base attack from rival. And this card is in here because removing base attack is quite good, and also because it triggers worthy opponent. So this can be quite costly to your opponent if you get it right. So we'll show you guys quickly the Luna Spellbook and the Ancient Spellbook. They are Ariane support cards. So Luna Spellbook is an 8 gold cost, which adds a bunch of really strong cards to your hand. You can pause if you want to read what they do. And Ancient Spellbook. There we go. Again, a bunch of strong cards, and you can see what they do there. I have got some Spellbook decks that I run an Ariane deck, but we won't be showing you guys that today. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, so I've kind of given you a flavor for this deck. I called it Bitey, but it's a big monster or a base attack or AP gain deck. And we'll just jump into a rank game and try and show you guys exactly what it does. Hey, it's Glenn. What up? I actually know this person. Glenn is he's a Chronicle player, and he's a streamer, and he also makes a podcast, which will actually be on tonight, called the Friends of Alcarid podcast. I think you can Google it on Twitter or find it on Twitch, which is a podcast discussing Chronicle, actually. So this should be a fairly competitive game, and hopefully this will work out. Okay, so what have we got here? So we don't need Virago. Virago is something that we want kind of towards the end game. He's playing Raptor, so he's probably going AP gain Raptor. Slime Toes gives me a 3-2, but we've got Kale. So I'll probably hold KGP and Kale, get rid of Slime Toes. The heals we don't need right now, and Feral Vampire. We'll hold on to Tormented Demon in case we get worthy opponents here, because if I get some worthy opponents, that could be, good AP gain, basically. So this gives me a 4-2. So I think we'll equip the 4-2, worthy opponent, kill the Tormented Demon, and then use that to kill Trias Daith. Does that work? But then I don't have the weapon anymore, but I think that's okay. I think this is okay, and then we'll see what happens with him, because he's going to equip weapons at some point, and if I can use the Black Knight Titan to remove a weapon or try and guess when he equips a weapon, this could be quite good. So there's our 4-2. Then we gain 1 base attack from this. So that puts us on what, 3 base attack? Yep. Then we kill this. Meanwhile, he's obviously building base attack as well. Kill this. We're going to take 8 damage here, but we do have heals in the deck, so this isn't terrible. And he takes 4 as well, so it's not, as costly as it would seem. Get a 4-2. We're on 8 base. He kills White Wolf and draws cards and gets a little bit of gold, and only takes 2 damage from that. And then I kill Trias Daith here and remove 1 base attack from him, which means that next turn he's not going to be able to one-shot a card like a stock Jad, for example, because Jad has 7 health. So removing that 1 base attack here was actually quite good for me, though, now I'm kind of fairly low on health, to be honest, so I need to be a bit careful here in terms of how this goes, because we did play a kind of high-cost first turn. Okay, so we can get up to 4, 5, 6, 7 base here. So we could take 5 damage and try and snipe a weapon. The question is, when is he going to equip a weapon? I think he's going to equip a weapon about here. The KGP would discard the rest of our cards, though. Unless we KGP Black Knight Titan. Wait, KGP Draenor, which will heal me, and also mean that I don't have to take damage from this. Black Knight Titan, and then Kaizaj. And then I'll discard one of these 2 cards, but that should be okay, I think. Let's see how this works out. Okay, so he's going to kill this. Set both legends to have 5 armor, so he's giving me some armor here, so we say thank you, because we have manners. And he gets 1 base attack from that. Now I'm hoping that he equips a weapon here, because I've obviously run my Black Knight Titan here. That's not a weapon, so we want this next card to be a weapon. Donderkin's Cannon. Ah, so maybe he's going for armor gain. That's interesting that he's running a Donderkin's Cannon. That's not very common in this deck. Please equip a weapon. Oh, I didn't. I mean, when we kill this, we'll still hit him for 5, right? So we're still putting him down to 12 health at this point. Actually, no, down to 10 health. Oh, he's looking awfully, weak at this point. He's taken a hell of a lot of damage, and he's going to need to start healing. I mean, I wouldn't think that this game is in the bag at this point, because, I mean, my deck has a lot of healing in it. Raptor decks tend to have a lot of healing in it, and this deck isn't designed that I'll out-damage his healing. So, that's just a thing. We're just going to have to kind of deal with it, but we're not looking too shabby, by any means. So I think what we'll do If we Trace Daith, we remove a base attack from him. We could kill the Dagonal Sentinel, and that would take 3 health, because it would take us 2 hits to kill it. But we would also gain 5 health. And then if we play the KGP, we're not discarding anything. Which actually seems pretty good, to be honest. But I'm going to play these two the other way around, because if he griefs me, I'd rather he grief the KGP and not the DAG. Right, so let's do this. Okay, so now he's on 5 base, but we're going to put him back down to 4. Here. But we are going to take, lose our armor for it. But then we gain, 3 more armor. So, effectively, if he doesn't hit us here, we should have 21 health by the end of this turn. So now he's getting hit by the... Count Draenor, which he maybe didn't want. And the DAG is going to hit him. So he thought he was on 5 base attack here, which is why Trace Daith is such a valuable card. But it turns out, he's actually on 4. So this is going to hit him. And then, admittedly, he's going to heal for 5. But at this point, he has 8 health. Like, he's not looking very healthy. As we go through the game. Oh shit, I played those cards in the wrong order. I played my KGP after I drew cards. So if I played that the other way, it would have been fine. But as you can see, we won. So good game, well played. And I think he didn't respect the Trace Daith, and he didn't respect the grief, which is why he kind of lost that game there. I did misplay. I played the Crassian before the KGP. I should have played the KGP before the Crassian, because I played the Crassian, which caused me to draw 2 cards, and then played KGP, which caused me to discard 1, and that was kind of dumb. So that's not really too clever. We'll go for 1 more. We'll see how it works out. Hopefully not getting matched against the same person. It does happen if we both queue, into another game, and seeing as we both finished our game, it might happen. But hopefully we'll get a different opponent and see how it works out. The other thing to mention, it's the same opponent, and this is one of the issues I have with matchmaking, is that it shouldn't be queuing me into the same person again. Like, it's kind of a shitty thing for it to do, but it's one of the problems with the game at the moment, is that the player base isn't big enough, really. Right, so we don't need Virago till the end of the game. We'll hold on to Kaizaj because that's good. Well, Worthy Opponent and Trace Daith work well together, and I think we should hold on to Black Knight Titan because it can be very good if I can, pip one of his weapons. So, let me work this one out. Slime Toes, Kaizaj, Worthy... Wait, no. Slime Toes, Worthy Opponent, Trace Daith. I think we play Kaizaj first, because then I'll take slightly less damage from the Slime Toes. So I'll be on 4 base at the end of this turn, and remove 1 from him. And then we can always Wormbrain. Wormbrain to get Elvarg, and the removing 2 gold doesn't matter, because I don't need gold in this deck. Alright, what's he got? So he's gone KGP. He discarded his other KGP, which I always think is actually okay for a KGP discard, because playing 2 KGPs, you discard 2 cards. So I don't think, like, a KGP discard is terrible. From a KGP, like, sometimes it discards, your Virago or your Redbeard Frank or your Black Knight Titan, which you really need because you're against a specific deck. Cool. So what's he got next? Slime Toes. So there's the weapon equipment, and he's equipped that 3rd slot. So we're going to try and remember, how does he play his weapons? How does he equip them? I imagine this will be a Jad next. So unfortunately, I'm not going first. Oh, Ice Hill. Okay, that's cool. So he's gaining a lot of armor here. So then this is why his Donderkin's cannon strategies may be a thing. Because he has a card in his deck that I know does damage to your opponent equal to half your armor. And currently, he has 13 armor. So if he Donderkin's cannons me, he'll hit me for... I think it rounds up, so 7. So that's something to be aware of, basically. So we have Crassian. We can get some more cards if we don't get anything good here. This puts me on 5 base. I don't want to tank any of these. I mean, we could try and snipe a weapon with Black Knight Titan, for example, but it's risky. It's definitely risky. And if we're gonna do it, I think we do it there. Maybe we take the risk, because it can be very good. And I'm going second, so it's gonna be really hard for me to snipe a weapon. I think we take the risk. I mean, it might not work out in our favor. Holy shit, he just tanked 15 damage from a Jad. Oof. So I'm hoping this next card is like a Slime Toes or a Kale or some kind of weapon, so that then he can kill something else. But that was the prediction here. He didn't play anything. So I guess he didn't have much to play, I suppose. So we'll hit him here for 4 damage, and we don't really gain much else. But keeping his armor off him is always good, because it means his Donderkin's cannon is obviously less useful. And you saw there we draw count. Oh, there's the weapon. Oh, it's always last slot. Why didn't I expect that? Like, I know that people equip weapons last slot when they go first, because then they can kill whatever comes next first slot without me being able to do anything, because he plays the first card. And I knew that, and I should have played the Black Knight Titan fourth slot, but I thought he was going to do more with the turn than he did. Anyway, we're looking pretty peachy at this point. We can get up to 5 base.
It's decided.
5 base. Steal up to 4 health from your next creature. So then we can kill that. But that I don't really benefit from the heal that much if I do that. Maybe we do this. And then we just tank this, perhaps? Seems good. We're going to discard something with the KGP, which is annoying, but not the end of the world. Play. Alright, so there's his Draenor. So what's he stealing health from? White Wolf. Huh, I guess he expected me to weapon grief him there. He probably expected me to play something like a bar fight, which you definitely can run in this sort of deck. I just choose not to, because I prefer to have more healing, more weapons, and more base attack gain, so that I have a few more options. But I know a lot of people do run it, and he perhaps expected it here. The only issue I do have with this deck is obviously because I played my Black Knight Titan there. It means I can't play it last turn, chapter, whatever it is, chapter 5, slot 5, or slot 4, sorry. So I can't remove a weapon that he equips going into the final fight. But because he's doing an AP gain deck, what I could do is equip a Virago if I can find it. And I think that could be quite good. Okay, so we're on 7 base here. So I think we Tormented Demon. Then we Dagonoth, which will heal us. Then we Traeus Daith, which will remove base attack from him. And then we... let me think. So I'm going to take 8 damage from this. Then heal for 5. So I'll take 3 damage, so I'll be on 20. So I think we can actually afford to Cullen Romancer at the end. And it'll be a fairly safe play. Because I'm going to... like I said, I'm going to take 8 and then heal for... 8 and then heal for 5, so I'll take 3 damage, so I'll be on 21. And then I'll take 5 damage, so I'll be on... yeah, so this should be fine. Right, so he's killed another Jad, so he doesn't have any more Jads. And he's on 5 base attack. I have removed his 4 armor, which is always good. And I'm on 16 health here. But I get a 4-2 with 12 health. He's equipped Kale. So this is where I was trying to Black Knight Titan. I was expecting, you know, like here where he equipped a weapon second. So then the Kale would remove that weapon was the plan. But obviously it didn't work out. Gain armor equal to your health. Holy shit. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I have not seen people run Corp Beast before in ranked. So now he has 21 armor, which means if he does choose to Dondakins, which he did, he will hit me for 11, I want to say. So he can only hit me with Dondakins once more. And the good news is I have another Cullen Romancer in my hand, so I can quite easily heal up again. But this does make Elvarg much riskier to play now, because obviously I would take 8 damage. So I would take 8 damage, which would put me on... I would take 8 damage, which would put me on... well, if he does 11... We can remove his gold and then he can't Dondakins me in case he tries to build more armor. The question is, do we go for the base attack here? Because if we do it, we'll gain 5 base, so we'll be on 14. But then he might Virago me, which would be horrible. Or do we go for the safer strategy? I think, you know what, I think we go for Elvarg. This is a risky play, and we'll see how this one works out. So he's healing up. We're removing his gold, because I don't trust that he's not gonna... you know, Dondakins Cannon or Barricade here. And I think if he does those things, I want to stop him from being able to do them. Unfortunately, like, he's gained more gold here. So that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. You know, armor equal to your total attack. So he has 23 armor and 27 health. I have full health. Full Darox isn't going to work because I didn't hit him. Because he's not mortal. I think this is... so I'm going to take 8 damage here. I'm going to be on 22 health. But I've got 14 base attack. Oh, so he's gone for Black Knight Titan. I don't have a weapon here. So I think... do I win? I have so much more base than him. Like, I have more than 3 times his base, but he doesn't have 3 times my health. So I think I win again. Yeah, I win. So there we go. I have 6 health, but I win. So hopefully that guy kind of shows you guys a little bit of the strategy and tactics within the Vanescula deck and how it plays. Unfortunately, you know, I could only show you it there against the Raptor deck, and he was also stacking base attack, though I guess not as successfully as I was. And you can see here that I've got 2 wins in a row, and basically if you can get a 3rd win in a row, then you're on what's called a rising star, which means instead of ranking up 1 rank each time, you rank up 2, and that lasts until you get defeated. So that's a pretty good way to rank up. And this deck I do think is very successful in the current state of the game, and I've used it to climb to this point very successfully. Now, you'll also get rewards when you rank up between divisions. So when you go from bronze to silver, silver to gold, and so on, you get pack rewards, shard rewards, and copper coin rewards in a chest. And you also unlock exclusive card backs, and the further you progress, the rarer the card back that you achieve. But yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you thought of the build, you know, in the comments below, or what kind of builds you want me to show you guys next week, whether you want to see some dungeoneering, or whether you want me to continue, you know, showing off ranked. Beyond that, you know, if you want to find us on social media, you can find us on, you know, facebook.com/thekillerbits and on Twitter @thekillerbits. We share all our videos and keep you guys up to date on our videos. For example, this video is a day late, and we mentioned that on Twitter, for example. Beyond that, if you want to give us a $1 or $2 to support the content that we make, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/thekillerbits. But yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you guys want to see next week. If you like the video, you know, hit that thumbs up button. I've probably completely, like, handicap myself by sharing my rank deck with you all, but it's an expensive deck, you know, like, it has a fair few diamond cards in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, it's got 5 diamonds in it, so it's not the cheapest deck in the world, but I really like it, and I think it's pretty good, and I mean, I've been climbing rank, so it must be. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time. Have a great day. Bye!